Good morning, everyone. Before we start, any questions, any clarification needed from the previous classes?
No, Subrat, I'm good from my side.
Okay, thanks, Kranti.
Subrat, even good from my side as well.
Good, thank you. Yesterday we were discussing about an alter command, right, to rename a column. Did anybody try that?
Yeah, I did actually. It is working in Snowflake in free version. I tried.
Okay, did you try in Databricks?
Databricks also, yeah, it is working. Yes.
Databricks it is working.
Yesterday, yeah, yesterday actually, yes, I worked in Snowflake, but not exactly checked in Databricks.
Okay. Actually, Databricks it will not work. I mean, it will not work as in it will not work without a configuration because what is happening is Databricks stores the data in Delta format. Okay. Delta is a
Okay.
file format, which is an open source project from Databricks, right? So from the newer version onwards, Databricks is storing all the data in a Delta format. And in Delta format, you have to enable column mapping, right? The map and the column and the schema has to be explicitly mapped. There must be Delta must maintain the mapping. And for that, whenever you create the table, you have to give one configuration. Otherwise, renaming will not work. So let's check that one,
Okay.
what I'm talking about.
Ha, ha.
So when we go in Delta, we'll understand what are the configurations and all that. But just for this class, just for the thing that we studied yesterday, I'll just show you one glimpse. So this is the error that I was trying to understand why every time Databricks is throwing it, even if we are creating a database, even if the cluster is starting and it is an community edition. So once Databricks has adopted this Delta format, right? So it is keeping a reference of the this particular physical location where your data is created and it is not getting deleted. So automatically your table is linked to this particular folder. So whenever we are creating a table, we have to make sure that the underlying path is deleted. Creating as in when we are creating second time, right? So that's the reason this command has been is needed. I'm just trying to figure out an option without doing this. How can we do it? But this was not the case in earlier version of Databricks. Are you sure you want to cancel? Yes, I want to cancel. Why it is not getting cancelled? Okay. Which one is executing? One script. Yeah, this is the one we are seeing, right? Create this one. It might again throw the error. Now we are trying an alter here because our product name is not correct and we are trying an alter command here. Alter table is rename column, old column name to new column name, right? This is what we are trying. Okay. So if I do it, Spark says that column rename is not supported for your Delta table. Please enable column mapping on your Delta table with mapping mode name. What does this mean is you have to enable this configuration so that renaming will work. Because Databricks maintain version, right? For every part, for every one that you are doing, Databricks maintains a version. When you create Databricks, create a version 0. Delta actually, not Databricks. Delta maintains a version 0. When we are making any change, Delta upgrade it to a different version. So Delta knows that that must be a mapping exist between this old and the new, right? And for that, I'm sorry, this is not data, but Delta should know that there must be a mapping exist. And for that, we have to explicitly assign it while creating the table. While not creating the table, if you are not doing it, maybe you have to do it while in order to do an alter state, right? So that's what you have to do. So if you are confused about what is delta, what is versioning, I mean, we can discuss it when we talk about the delta lake in Databricks. So just do this one. Just alter the property. Okay. Now it works. So your product name, a product name, or what was the wrong spelling was there, it has become product name. Yeah, I do not have a result. That's why it is showing. So let me just insert some value and we'll see. It is not working, right? Proc name is not there because we have renamed it. So now let me, what is the name that I use? Product name. Correct. Okay.
Super. In,
Huh.
so
Yes.
can, like using this SQL command,
Uh-huh.
can I get my database actually? What database I used earlier? I'm
Spark
not able to.
catalog. Huh.
Because
Using S.
database mm, actually I have to use the database also no before starting creating the table now in our
Uh-huh.
Databricks. So
So
that
you want to understand the list of databases, right? What are databases that
yes,
exist?
yes,
I think
yes.
Spark catalog has a command to list all the databases.
Okay,
Spark, Spark catalog has a command. I'm not able to recollect the exact syntax. Let's just check. Databricks list all databases. Show database, I
show
believe. Yeah,
database.
th- that's what we can do.
Right.
That's what we can do. Okay. And
Okay.
if you want to, if you want to understand what are the tables inside my, so just use this one and then show tables. No
Yeah,
such
it is working.
database.
Show database is working.
Sorry, use databases. I do not test DB, and then under test DB, I want to see what all tables exist. These other tables exist.
Mm,
Okay, that's how you can do.
thank you.
Okay, yesterday, any other question before we move to the next section? Okay, I believe everybody has tried what we have learned.
Yeah. Can you share this notebook parallelly? We can try it parallelly. Should be.
Did you get this yesterday?
Uh, I particularly didn't get the SQL fundamentals.
Is it true for everyone?
I think it is not shared yet.
We got the other notebook, the previous one.
Okay, the problem is how can I share because there is no share options here. No, how can I share it? That's what my confusion is.
Yeah, I hope only Visual Path team can do that.
No, that's correct, Suman. But now, if you want to try along with this session, or if you want to try after this session,
Along with you, like
yeah, exactly. Now, if you want to do it, I mean, okay, let me directly share with Visual Path. If they have the mail ID, they will do it.
uh, can we try in the chat box? The
Chat box that I'm not getting the option. No, so
we can only text them. Okay.
see here, I'm not getting option how to do it. It's only text, I believe. I was trying to give. Otherwise, I do not have depend on Visual. I should have shared everything over here. The thing is that there is no option. Let me try to
Okay.
drag and drop it. That
o-
Suprat, Pani here. Adding to that,
yeah.
while downloading SQL fundamentals and
Uh,
what I can say,
Python.
uh, Python fundamentals, I'm getting error saying that virus detected unable to download. Just today, once I log in, I tried and I gave the screenshots to Visualpath. As we are getting this error, virus detected and unable to download the documents. Can you please do it? So they're going to check with you and get any other documents.
Virus downloaded while downloading the DBC
Yes.
file.
Yeah, while downloading from Gmail, we are getting a virus detected, unable to download. That is the message we are getting
Uh-huh.
for both
I-
SQL fundamentals and Python fundamentals.
Okay. Is it for everyone?
I'm able to import the Python fundamentals file into Databricks.
No, actually, mine is while downloading from Gmail, from the mail to my local system. I'm getting that error.
Okay. No, yeah. I mean, this is a plain DBC file that I'm sharing. Should not be any virus and all from my side.
From my
It's
side,
some
I
error or
didn't try it
something.
because I was noting, so I was not try to download it even on my side.
Okay.
So I don't get it.
I have a problem with my Google Drive. My Google Drive space, there is space issue, so I cannot share over, putting it in my Google Drive and all. Maybe I have to create a new account. Okay. How can I do it? You cannot access this one unless and until I give.
If you can push it to your GitHub account, we can get it from there.
Okay, let me create one. Okay, and I'll push it there. Fine. For the time being, just follow this one. Okay. I will try to work with the Visual Path team over weekend and create a shared drive over Google or Git, and then we'll push everything there. Okay, just for beer for today's class.
Sure.
Or you can export, I think, like a Python notebook, right? Is it possible?
Export is fine, but where to share? That's the problem, right?
Oh, I see.
Where to share? We need a common path. See, sending mail, few people are getting, few people are not. So it's better to create a shared drive, give the shared drive location, and every time we'll upload the material there.
I think GitHub is good actually.
GitHub or Google Drive, anything
Yeah.
we can do, right? So that's what we'll do. This
Google
mail
Drive would
thing
be
is
good.
not working. Yeah, this mail thing is not working. I mean, every day I'm getting people are saying that we did receive, we did not receive, and all that. So let's go for a shared path. Okay, let's move to the next section. We'll sort it this weekend. Okay, so yesterday we are discussing, right, when we want to get this kinds of values, right, count, sum, min, max, over a particular group. So this particular command is not sufficient. Sorry, this particular command, yeah, if I want to know for every product what is the total count I have, right? For example, in this case, how many pen I have, okay, how many pencil I have, how many notebook I have. So I know that for count I need count function, right? And if I want to get a, count of everything, I need a count star. That's fine. I want to get the count over product, and I give a count star, but it did not work, right? Why it did not work? Because we did not supply an instruction to our program that I want the result in a grouped manner. So that's why it is telling a column or function with parameter product name. Product. The query does not include group by. If you want to have a group based on the product, you have to mention it over here, right? So for that, if you want the result in form of a group, mention group by. And group by what? Group by which column you want to do a group? Product. So it will give you how many pen I have, how many notebook I have, how many pencil I have, how many sketch I have. So count one is not doesn't sound like a valid name, right? So you can alias it. Alias is whatever name SQL is giving you, you can override the name and give a name yourself on the for the result. So let's say I give count of product. So instead of getting count one, it will give me the column name as count of product. This is called aliasing. Okay. So that's where
So
group
I have,
comes into. Yes.
if we're giving count of star, in the output we're getting count of one. Any reason that the difference between the column name is different?
Because count, that's how the engine is treating it, right? That's how the syntax, if you're not giving anything, if you're giving a count, that's how it is treating. The syntax of Databricks is treating like that. It's not like it will give it as count star, because if you give select count star from sales, okay, and let's say I'm giving another one. Let's see the output of this, what it is giving. 6. If I just give select count 1, that's also 6, right? So usually they treat these as the standard, okay, because both are giving the same result, right? Count star and count 1.
Okay.
Okay, so it's better to give a proper name, right? Now let's take a table which has more column and then see this group by condition. This is a product name, supplier ID, category ID. Okay, I have created a product table. Let's use this one. Okay.
Yeah, small doubt. We are using the create table if not exist, right? What if the product table is already exist? What will the it
It will not create it.
give the output?
It will not create it. But if
Okay,
the product table exists and if you're uh, not giving this if not exist command, no, it will throw an error.
okay,
If not exist command is just to avoid the error. Can you please mute yourself? That's an echo happening. Yeah. So what I was telling is if not exist is to avoid those analysis exception, right? So let's say if your product exists and you want to create it, right? So if not exist will not create it, and rather it will not throw an error. Now imagine a production scenario. What happened usually is you consolidate all your script, and mostly we do not have execute permission on production environment, right? So basically what we did, we consolidate all our script, give to a DB admin and ask them to run, correct? So in that case, what happened? Let's say your table exists, and you are again in your consolidated script, you have generated script for all the tables, and there also that is like create table. So it will throw an exception at that point, right? So it is better to include if not exist clause so that it will skip if the table already exists. Yeah.
sure. I got it.
So let's just see. So I have this product ID, product name, the supplier ID, the category ID, and the price. Okay. So let me check what are my distinct category. Select distinct category from product category ID. Okay, this is my distinct category. 8 categories I have, right? Now, for every category, there are multiple products, right? For category 1, there are 10 boxes, 20, there's a chase, right? For category, again, it's a bottles of Shang or something. So these are different prices. For every category, I'm interested in getting the maximum price. So usually the thing would be what? Category, comma, maximum, to get the maximum value, we need maximum price, right? Right? This is not working. So
Not
what
working.
correction I need to make
So
here?
what correction I need to make here?
We just saw we
Order
need to
group by
Group
no,
by.
not out of
group
five,
by
group by,
group by.
group by.
Sorry.
Yes, we have to instruct the engine that I need a group based on category ID. Okay, and then if you do, will give you for every category what is the maximum price. Okay, so group by will give you distinct result, right? So sometimes when I'm writing select distinct ID from product, this is what we are writing, right? Usually. Now, instead of a distinct, you can achieve the same thing by category ID to by category ID. This will also give you unique result. Group by usually whatever the distinct records are, it will arrange the data in the distinct records. And on top of it, if you want to apply any aggregate function, you can do it, right? For every record, it will collate the data and show you based on the function that you have applied. I can do the same thing for minimum price also. Max price, and let's say mean price for across category, max price and mean price. Okay. Now I have a similar thing called supplier ID. Okay. Can you just quickly take 2 minutes and write the query? What should be, how can I get maximum price and minimum price across each supplier? And post the query on the chat. Maximum price and minimum price across each supplier. I get answers. Supplier max price, main price. Very good. Supplier ID, max price, main price. Products by supplier ID. Yes. Okay. Yeah, those answers are correct. Good. I hope everyone is clear. If somebody has still any doubt, please raise.
Yeah, what is the need of as?
Yeah, as is a column aliasing. Okay. So what I was showing here, for example, here, I mean, you can write as, you can skip as also. That's okay. But let's say I'm not giving an alias name here. Okay. Now the result is showing this way, right? Max price, max function, and then price parameter. I want to give a meaningful name. Okay. In that case, I want to override the name what the engine is giving me. And that's why I want to give an alias to the name. So that's why I'm giving max price. As is just to give an aliasing to the column, just to give an alternate name to the column. That's where as comes into picture. Clear? Okay. Now let's move to the next part, which is about join. Okay. So here, this is what we are seeing, right? This query when we saw, we got this result. Category ID across each category, what is the maximum price? Now, just by giving a number, I do not know what exactly number one represents, which category number one represents, right? I do not have any idea. So for that matter, let's say I have a category table, which is three column. One is category ID, category name, and category description, right? So if I select star from, is my category. So when I'm saying category one, it is actually beverages. For beverages available at a store, this is the maximum, this is the costly beverages, and this is the low cost beverage, right? For condiments, this is what it is. Sorry, for two, for two. Okay, for two, this is what it is, and two represents condiments, right? So what I want is this data is distributed in two tables, right? One is product and one is category, right? Now I want a result. Let's start from product. What I want is I want product name, and across each product, what is the maximum price and what is the minimum price, right? So I need information from two tables, and that is where join comes into picture. So let's put the data in an Excel and try to analyze. Okay. Okay. So here for every category, I want the max price and mean price. Max price, mean price, a price is available over here. Category information is available over here. This table holds a reference to the category table through category ID. Okay. That's called your primary key foreign key relation. Category ID is a primary key in the category table. Product ID is a primary key in the product table. What is a primary key? Primary key is a key which uniquely identifies every record in that particular table. So primary key cannot be duplicated, right? I cannot have more than one product ID with value as one. It is always unique, right? I should have entered unique product. I should not have entered product ID one and again product chase, right? So it should be unique. Similarly for category, right? And if I want to describe that this product belongs to which category, so there are two ways to do it, right? Instead of I maintaining a category ID here, I can keep all this information here, right? So for example, these two, if we are, instead of maintaining this information category ID here, what if we maintain these two column here, right? Right? Category name and description. Now the problem with this approach is we'll eventually grow our table, right? All this information for every one, instead of maintaining just a single value here, if I maintain name and description whenever this category ID appears, my table size will increase. It will be very difficult to read, correct? So that's where this primary key foreign key relation comes into picture, and what we call it, Any DB people will know it, that we are segregating this table, maintaining primary key, foreign key relation. Which part of database management comes, which part of the database management system this concept comes under?
Normalization.
Data
Data
redundancy.
normalizing.
Exactly. Right. So I would request all of you to just go through normalization, what normalization is, what are different forms of normalization, because sometimes in interview they ask this question. Okay, because we are talking about data world, right? And normalization is a very common thing in data world. So just understand this. What is normalization? What are different forms? You just need three forms. There are multiple forms, but one, first, second, and third, if you know, that should be more than enough. Okay. Okay. So here we are maintaining a relation. Now, while take if I want data from both the table, I need to establish a relation between these two, right? And that's where joining comes into picture. I need to join these two tables and get this information. And when you are joining the table, there must be some column which is common in both of them. And can anybody tell me? So, okay, uh, Sam, can you tell me which column is establishing relation between these two tables?
Uh, Supplier ID and category ID.
Do I have supplier ID in both this table?
Which table? Oh, left and
These
right.
two
Oh,
tables,
no,
these
no,
two.
no.
Left.
This
Yeah.
is says category.
Snigdha, would you like to try?
It's a category ID only.
Exactly. Category ID is the relation. So whenever you want to join two tables or more than one table for that matter, the join always happen based on a common relation between these two tables. And in this case, the common relation between these two tables is through category ID. Okay. So the join has, so if I want to write my, if I want my data to be like this, that category name and maximum price, minimum price. So this is how join works. Select, column name will come later, from table one from which you want to give data. Let You can give an alias to the table one also. Let's say T1. This is the name aliasing I'm giving. Join. Okay. Table 2 as T2 on. In on, you have to establish what is the relation that you want to do. T1 dot column name equals to T2 dot column name. Okay. And if there are multiple columns on which the relation is established, you can give multiple columns. So for example, it is not just one column, there are multiple columns. Let me say column one here and column one here. And I have another this one. Let's say column name 2 equals to T2 dot column name 2, right? And okay. And here you select whichever column from both the table you want. You might needing from T1 some column, okay? All required columns, and from T2 dot all required columns, right? That's where your join comes into picture. We'll deep dive into different types of join, inner join, outer join, and inner join, left join, right join, and all that. But this is the basic syntax of it, okay? Now, in this case, so I have what I need. I need category name. I need maximum, and not only the column name. You can apply what function also you want. Okay, the function that you want to apply. So, for example, in our case, what we are looking for? We are looking for category name, the minimum price, and maximum price. This is what we are looking for, right? Okay, before getting into minimum price, maximum price, let's just do a very simple one. Let's say what I want is product name, okay, category name, and description. This is what I need. Simple one. Later on, we'll go to function. Let's say I just need these three values: product name, category name, description. Product name will come from product table, category name and description will come from description table. So going by this syntax, what should my query be? Select, let me forget the column name first. I will do it later. From, I have a product. Okay. Let me give it a alias name called prod. Okay. Join, I have called category. Okay. This, let's say I'm giving it a name as cat. Then on where you apply the condition. What should be my condition? Who can tell me?
Prod.category ID is equal to cat.category ID.
Exactly. Prod dot category ID is equal to cat dot category ID, right? And what was I looking for? I need prod dot product name is what I was looking for. From category, I was looking for category name and dot description. This is what I was looking for, right? Let's see. Okay. Did you get a brief rough idea how join works and what exactly where we need it? Now let's apply the grouping clause here and try to get for every category what is the minimum and maximum price. So in this situation, let's go the raw way. If I need the minimum and the maximum price for every category, what should I do? I will need a category name. Okay. Let's say I don't need description. Okay, I need the max min price, right? Mean of price will come from product dot price, right? That's where it comes from. Max will come from prod dot price, right? Will it work?
No,
Why?
we need group by
Yes, group by on what?
on category name.
In Databricks, no, you have a facility that if you just don't want to mention the long name, you can just mention the order of the column. So what you can do is as mean price as max price. So instead of doing category name, I know that this is the first column, right? So I just do group by one. That will also work because this is the first column. So instead of doing this, I just mentioned group by one. This will work. Clear, everyone? Any doubt so far? Join is a very important, join group by is very important thing. Somebody was asking, right, that I have seen a lot of complex queries in my project, right? So most of the complex query involves joining multiple tables, applying some aggregate function on top of those tables and all that. So these are the simple use cases, but these are very fundamentals. We need to understand this correct at the first place. Now let's say I
Yeah,
want to get,
Subrat,
yeah,
like
please,
sorry to disturb.
no issues.
Like thing is that I want to have the same table like as you have. I could not create the table with the values.
Okay,
So can
no
you
issues.
please
Let me,
in the chat box can you send me that table and insert
sure,
command so that we can have
sure.
the both tables to apply all these
Definitely,
commands.
definitely. We'll do it right away.
Yeah,
We'll do it right away.
yeah, thank you. You can put in chat box so that we'll
Yeah.
copy and paste from
Yes.
there.
Yes. Doing it
I think you can do it later while you are doing along with Subrat. You can't focus on the class, what he's saying.
That's fine.
Yeah,
If
that's
somebody
okay.
says
But we should have the tables, no? We don't have tables. That's the
matter of
reason.
minute,
Oh, but they're gonna send this file in your email anyway, right? At the end of the class.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I've just posted the script. It will not take much them half a minute on. So that's fine. Okay. Let's move
Sorry
ahead.
for interrupt.
Yeah. Any other question you have?
Yeah, thank you, thank you. That's it.
Now let's say
Hi,
I want to bring. Yeah.
this is Snigdha here. I had some technical glitch, so I could not unmute myself. Just a
Okay.
quick question, like, let's say I have, designed some data modeling, some fact and dimension, or any related table. So, if my
Hmm.
colleague want to work on the same table, is there a sharing option available?
Yeah. Databricks. See what happened. We are discussing about workspace, no? So what happened is whenever in an org level, whenever they subscribe, they give you a subscription to a Databricks and create an account for you, they basically give access to this workspace. Okay. So for example, let's say it is an org level account is created, and in this workspace, in my workspace, I give access to all of you. So what happened, whatever you can also log in and see whatever I have written here. That's the
Okay.
beauty of Databricks over Databricks and cloud. It's just available over cloud, and if somebody has access to the same workspace, they can come and see whatever is present. See what happened
All
in an
the database
organization,
objects also.
everything, whatever available in this workspace, you can see everything, notebook, database, everything you can see. Provided you have an access to that particular workspace. In an org level, what they do, they create workspace, okay? And they create either AD group, service principal, or user group. I mean, I'm talking from Azure point of view. So it's a group of people, and they give access to this particular group. So tomorrow a new person join, what they do is they just need to add this person user ID in this particular group or the particular Active Directory, and the person will automatically get access to this workspace. And once you get access to the workspace, whatever present inside the workspace, you can see everything. Clear?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Now I want for every category, I just want to include description also. And I want to get the max and mean price. It is not working. Why? Can anybody tell me why it did not work? Because yeah,
It
somebody.
was not involved in group by. That is one case.
Okay, that's correct. But the fundamental is this query is understanding that you are asking me to get the mean and max price across category and description, but you are only asking me to do a grouping based on category. If I do based on category, how can you give a result based on two values? So wherever there is no aggregate function applied, you should give that column name in the group by condition, right? Clear? So the group by, the max and mean should work on both the columns on which it is applied, right? If you mention, if you remove one thing, any SQL engine for that matter, be it Databricks, be it SQL Server, they will throw error because group by always expects that for whatever columns you are expecting a group by, provide all those columns value in the group by condition. Otherwise, it will not work. Clear? Yes, give me just.
Sorry, can you repeat actually? This I could not understand.
So just give me 1 minute. Just sorry. What I was trying to tell is here when I'm by one means one, what group by category name, right? If you are getting confused because of this one, let me put it here. So Databricks gives you this flexibility that instead of giving column name, you can just tell me what is the order of that column and I will refer it. So here, what I'm telling that I need grouping of the data based on category name. That's what we are instructing. But when we are expecting mean and max price, we are expecting for both category name and description. So that's a conflict, right? You are asking the table or asking the engine to do a group based on category, but at the result you want you want the output based on the group on category and description. So whenever you are mentioning these columns in your select clause and these columns does not have a function on top of them, right? A mean, max, count and all. make sure that all these functions are present here, so that the engine will know that I need to group my data based on these column and then apply this aggregate function on top of it. Here, when I'm not mentioning this column, the engine is understanding that I have to group this data set only on category name. But in the select statement, you are expecting the result based on both category and description. So that's not allowed, right? Whatever column you mentioned here, the same you have to mention here as well. Understood? Clear?
Yes, yes, clear. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now 1, 2 is sufficient. Group by 1 and 2. So
1, 2
that
is sufficient. 1, 2 is sufficient. Yeah, yeah. So 1, 2 doesn't work for other databases system, right? Do not try it in SQL Server or Oracle and all. This is only Databricks. I'm not sure about Oracle with this works and all, but SQL Server this doesn't work. Okay. Now
Yes.
join. So
In
join.
simple, we can tell that. In a simple, we can tell that for under the group by what are the column names we are giving in the select statement. Those column names will be given in the group by group by.
Group by clause. Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah, got it.
That's good. That's good. Now join, what we are doing is we are getting data from multiple tables, right? That's what a join is basically about, right? Now, sometime what happen? So join are of three types, majorly three types. Okay, there is full outer join also, but let me just explain about inner join, left join, and right join. Okay, full outer join will explain. We can understand once we are clear about this. Inner join basically what it does is it gets the common elements between these two tables. Whatever present here based on the relation that you are seeing, that only it will get. So, for example, this is 1 to 8, right? Let's say I introduce one another value over here, 9, and let's say seafood, let's say toys. Okay, I introduce one category called toys over here. But here I do not have an entry. Okay, sorry. So when I will join these two table, only common things which matches between them will be selected. So toys from category will never be selected. Let's say I give this query. Let me just introduce one here. This is my, here, let me introduce one category called toy. Insert into. Who can tell me the syntax? How to insert a category called toys in category table? Insert into category, insert into table name, values. Then I want to introduce something called 9 toys. Description also I'll mention as toys. Where there is one category that I'm introducing. And over here, I do not have, I got a category for toys, right? But in my product table, I do not have a category for 9, right? It is not present. So whenever I'm doing an inner join, what it will give me? Will it give me category name for toys? Let's see. It will not, right? Because inner join, or when we write simple joins is nothing but inner join. Okay? Inner join is all about intersection between two tables. Okay? So it always fetches the elements which are common between two tables. So if there is any element which is present in one table and not in other, inner join will not be able to get that data for you. Clear? That's what inner join is all about. Okay. Now let's say I want to bring this I want to bring this category toys. Okay. And there is a description. There is no mean price. There is no max price. That's fine. I want to set it as null or empty, right? How can I do it? Now over here, if I want everything from category table, you have to see that is category is the right table or left table for me. So the first is always the left and second is always the right. So if I want everything from the right table, irrespective of whether there is a matching condition present in my left table or not, I have to modify this query and apply a right join to it. So if I do a right join to this, this will give me toys, but there is no price, there is no data exist for this one, right? So it will give me null, but it will fetch everything from the right table. So if you have a case where you know that there are certain things from one table does not present in other, but you want all the information from that table, then you have to either you have to go for right or left, depending upon which side of the table the join, which side of the join the table is. In my case, I want everything from the category table, and my category table was on the right side. That's why I have to pick this one. Now, if I just simply tweak this query a little bit, instead of putting product as my left table, let me put category as my first table. Just some changes here, nothing major. This is the only change I'm doing. So what change? So what change I have to do? Let me reverse it. So what change I have to do here? I need everything from my left table, irrespective of if I find a match in my right table or not. So here the join will change to left. Okay. And I will run. I got an error. Okay, let me pick someone and tell me what the error is. Gotha, you there? Can you unmute yourself? I hope I'm taking your name correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
you
yeah.
please tell me what is the error?
Actually, I'm trying to understand the left and right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Sure. Let me repeat that one.
yeah.
Did you understand what is the inner join is all about?
Yeah, yeah. Inner join I got, but the in the right I missed it.
Missed it.
Some
Okay, sure.
distraction. Yeah, yeah,
Sure, sure. Let's say we introduced a new category in our category table called toys. Okay. But
yeah,
in our product table, we do not have any transaction for this new category. Clear?
yeah,
But what I want is I want all the categories which are available in my category table and the corresponding mean and max price for it.
yeah,
Clear?
yeah.
Now, thing is that in case of an inner join, what we understood, inner join is all about getting the common elements between two tables. If there is an element which is common between two tables, then only those values only
Join
inner
possible.
join will get it. So when I'm performing an inner join with this scenario, 9 will not be extracted, right? Because 9 is not present here. This category is not present here. So it is not common between these two tables.
Yeah,
Clear? So
yeah,
when we took this data and did an inner join, huh, we did not have 9, right? Correct? Clear
yeah,
to
yeah,
this part?
yeah.
But let's say I want 9. I want toys in my result and there is no price. So I'm fine with a null. Null means nothing.
Not,
Okay, I want this. So what does that mean? If this is the join, this was my join, I need everything from my right table, right? Whatever value present, I need everything from my right table. And if there is not, if for a corresponding value in the right table, there is nothing present in the left table, populate them as null, right?
yeah,
I'm okay with this fine. But I want to see all the categories that I have. So in that case, replace a inner join with a right join. So for example, the first table is always treated as a left table. The next table is treated as a right table. That's how it is. That's how the left and right concept comes into picture.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So what we are trying to tell is give me everything from category. When I say right join, that means get everything from the right table. And in the left table, if you find a corresponding match, get that value. If you do not find a corresponding match, get a null for it. So for
yeah,
toys, for other things from 1 to 8, we find a corresponding match and we are able to get a mean price and max price. But for toys, we did not find anything, right? For
yeah,
toys, there is no price available. So what we get is null.
yeah,
That's how the right join works.
yeah,
Now, in order to, you clear about right join?
yeah, yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Now, To explain the left join concept, what I did was initially in my query, product was the first table or the left table, and category was the right table, right?
Yeah.
I just swap them. What I did, I bring category as my left table and product as my right table.
Yeah.
So what I need everything from my left table, right? Category, I'm looking for everything. I need toys.
Yeah.
Even if that does not exist a product transaction, still I want to see what is there in toys. And I need the matching value from product. So in the above case, I need everything from right and a corresponding matching from left. That's why we went for right join. But if your requirement is, if you need everything from the left table, and when I'm saying left table, it is the first table in the query, and the corresponding match in the right table, you go for a left join. Simple. I mean, if you just compare this query, that's nothing.
Yeah. Only right and left.
Only right and left, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I, for simplicity, if you just put it here, somebody is not able to understand. If you can see here that that's nothing but just right and left. I just changed the column, right? Here, product was my left table, category was my right table. Here, category is my left table and product is my right table. Clear?
Yeah.
Now, still I am getting this query and this error. What is this error about? Why I'm getting this error?
I think we have to give the category name as well.
Category name, it is there. No? Category name is there. Anybody else want to give it a try? Very simple one, very fun.
Alias,
Yes.
alias tag.
Sorry, I think you are on speaker or something. It's echoing a lot. Okay,
No,
so
actually
it
the
is about
category has cat and left join product as prod.
correct. Category name I'm giving cat dot, right? But what is cat representing? Cat is representing product. So the aliasing are incorrect here, right? Category name is a part of category table, and category table has alias called product, right? So this aliasing is incorrect. Either I have to make prod here whenever I'm looking category, or I have to change the aliasing here. That's what I was doing the mistake. Clear, everyone? Same result, right? Clear? Any doubt? Okay.
If
Yeah.
we add one more new column in the left column, left table, example, take one more new, and can we do the same so that it will be clear? Because this choice is the right to be added.
In this table, actually, if you see in the left join condition, your category is your left table. So if I show you in the SQL, what you want? You want me to add one entry in the product table?
Yes, correct. So that we will
See,
get
left table, right table is how you are writing your query. It's
yes,
nothing to do with this one.
yeah.
Okay. So you want me to give an entry to the product table and
Yes.
just see how it is working, right? So something like this, for example, 78. I'm giving a dummy product. Okay. Supplier ID, let me take 12. And here, let's say there is no category exist over there. Let me take a category 10. Okay. Category does not exist there, right? That's what you are looking for.
Yes.
Okay. Let me take 15 boxes. Okay. And the count is 10. This is what you want me to enter. So let me do that. Insert into product table. Insert into product values. 78, the product ID. Dummy product is the product name. This is my supplier ID. This is my category ID. Okay, this is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's take this example. So you want product in the left table, category in the right table, and we have a category information present in my product for which there is no this one available, right? And what I'm getting here, mean price and max price. Okay. And this category does not exist in my category table. Is it what you are looking for?
Yeah, in the left join, if any modifications happen, that
Oh,
doesn't.
sorry. This should be left. Okay. So for the new that we introduce, I'm getting everything from category, right? So category does not have the toys. So it doesn't care, right? It will fetch everything from the left table. And left table, there is a new category we have introduced, which is not there in the category table, but there was a mean price and max price present, right? So from the left, from the right table, what does the data it was not able to fetch? It gives them as null. But in the right table, there was a price available and there was only one price. So the mean and max are the same. Clear or any confusion?
Okay.
You still have any confusion on this?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So what we did, what is left join? Left join is bring everything from the left table and try to find a match in the right table based on the matching condition. If you find a match, get the required value. If you do not find a match, get a null. That's what left join is all about. Clear?
Yeah, yeah,
In this case, what is that we are looking for from the right? What is our left table? Product is our left table. And I am getting everything from my product. Whatever category I have, my joining condition is category, right? Whatever category I have available, I get everything, right? So I introduced a category which is 10, which is not present in my category table, but I have a price available for it, correct? So get
yeah. I got.
everything from the left table, which is the left table. We are only getting the price, mean price and max price, right? And that's what I got. I got a mean price by
Okay.
max price.
Yeah, got it,
In
got
the
it.
right table, we are trying to find a match. When the match is available, get the data. When the match is not available, get null. Clear?
Yeah, clear. Thank you.
Okay. Now with that, I would like to give you some homework. I prepared one table over here. Okay, here is a student table and here is a course table. Okay, very simple table. There are two things. There are student table, there are course table. What I want you to do is, for every roll number, student name, what course he is included, okay, and what is the mark that he got, okay. This is your exercise.
What to do? Can you repeat again, please?
So here I have a student table, which is roll number, name, address, phone, age. I have a
Yes.
course table, this course ID, course name, and roll number, right? There is a relation between these two tables. I'm not going to tell what is the relation. You have to figure it out. Okay. I've given you the create and the insert statement over here. What you have to do, you have to write a query where you have to get roll number, student name, the course that he has in. Okay, that's not. Okay, the course in which he has enrolled. Okay, there is no mark over here. So roll number, student name, and course name. Okay. 101. Okay. Again, what you have to do? Okay. For all courses, number of students you have to get me. Given the course name, how many students have been enrolled for it? That is what I have to get. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And here, when you are doing it, get me all the student details, even if a student is not enrolled for a course. I need the student name and roll number and name, even if the student is not enrolled for a course. That also I want. Study the table, understand the relation, and try to do these three. Okay. Also, you understand inner join, left join, right join, right? Full outer join is just a combination of left join and right join. So what I want, just search what exactly a full join is, understand, and try some query at your end. Okay. So this is the homework. This is the question that you have to solve and learn what is a full join. Clear? Any question? Any doubt?
Can you please paste these queries into the chat box?
Yeah, that will be very helpful.
This is the exercise. Okay.
Also,
Yeah, yeah,
tables to
table
also.
two.
Yeah.
Tables to.
And also learn what is full outer join. Now remember one thing, this left join and right join, no? That is, this left join is also known as left outer join and right join is also known as right outer join. These names are used interchangeably. So you have to learn what is a full outer join. Clear? Okay. So with this, we covered a little fundamentals on Python and SQL. Okay. So let's start on Spark. Okay. Okay. So far in our course, I have mentioned multiple times a
Wait,
monolithic architect. Yeah, somebody was asking something. Okay. So I have been mentioning about monolithic
Subrat,
architecture. Yeah.
Subrat, one question. Let's say I want to connect SQL, the database in Python query. How will I connect?
Using JDBC connection. Are you about JDBC? Database object
Uh,
connectivity.
no. Is there any Python coding so that I could supply the credentials and get into database and access the table in the Python
In
program?
Databricks, when we study Synapse, we'll understand that one. How to connect our Synapse database in PySpark. Similar kind of coding used in Python also. No, not similar
Okay.
exactly. No, I should not say similar because Spark has its own way of reading data and the same cannot be applied as it is in Python. But if you want to learn how a Python basically interacts, you can find it online, how to connect my database to Python. So basically you have to supply the connection string. A connection string is what? A server, a database, a credential, right? Those three things you have to supply. And then you can establish a connection from Python. Coming to Spark, Spark also follows a similar structure while connecting to any of the data source, be it a file or this one. You have to provide a JDBC connection string and you can connect it. So when we'll cover Synapse, we'll understand that part.
Okay, so right now, if I have to connect to the database from Python program, so if I give the host name, I see a physical location is being, mapped to the table. So will I have to give that? Will you mind sharing, some syntax on that?
So what is your requirement? Which database you want to connect?
Let's say I have a text database, and in that I have a customer table, and I want to
Yeah, but
access that data in my Python
your
program.
test database is present in which server?
Um in Databricks portal, like in the physical location, like whatever Hive location it is showing. Let's say I have the table residing at that location.
Okay, but over here also, when we are doing it, something like this, right? That's what you're seeing. This is one, right?
Okay.
But
yes.
if you are in the same workspace, you do not have to write it, right? You can, oh, okay, in Python or in Spark, how you want to connect it, that's what you are saying.
Correct. Yeah. Just the connection.
You
How
don't
I'll
have
be
to
connecting.
establish, if you are in the same workspace, you don't have to apply any connection. There is a command called spark.sql and you can write it. So you want to read it to a, what, in a tabular
Python.
format and see it. Yeah. Basically, what I'm talking about is PySpark. So spark.sql, you can read it. That's pretty much possible.
Yeah, Spark context.
In Spark context, Spark session, you can read it.
So are you going to cover that?
Yes, Spark SQL will cover that one. Pretty simple.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
nothing much about it. Okay, so same table what I do, right? Let me create a data frame on top of it. Spark.sql. Let- Okay.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I didn't know that it is so easy here because when it comes to ETL, we have to do a lot of, connection creation and
See,
then put
it
that
is easy
information.
because the table and the notebook are in the same workspace. What if I have a table exist in one of my Azure, this one? It is pretty much in the Databricks storage location, right? If I am storing my data in one of the Delta Lake or one of the path which is present in Azure Data Lake. So there we have to establish a connection. Let's say I have a data available in my SQL server that I want to access the data. There you have to establish a connection string.
So
Here
basically, the
everything.
select star from and then the path of the physical location and then the product or customer, whatever it is. Is it going to be like that?
No, it will not going to be like that because let me just give you a little bit about this job that you'll be understanding. So what it does is whenever I write this query, right? So here this Spark, what it does, it checks that whether I have this product available in my Spark catalog, correct? It scan it.
Correct.
And when it find, it was able to send me the result. So this is something I was planning to cover later, but as the question arises, I'm just covering it. Okay, so somebody was telling, right, why these many jobs are creating and all that. So I'm just trying to cover these two things. But even if you are not able to understand, when we'll go a little deep into data frame and all, we'll cover this thing. So what Spark is doing? Spark is scanning, right? It is trying to check if I have a product available in my catalog itself. And when it is there, it was able to fetch do a do a scan, okay, and then able to get the data. When you see the second job, okay, it was able to get the data over here, right? Thing is that in Spark catalog this was available, so Spark doesn't have to look outside. But what if my product is not available, my table is not available in the Spark catalog? It is available either in an Azure data storage or it is available in some other SQL server. In that case, I have to provide I have to provide a connection over here. I have to provide a connection details. The plain spark.sql is not going to work. There, I have to go for a spark.read API. Okay. And in the read API, I have to provide the connection details and then read the data. Okay.
Okay.
So when we cover read API and when we go to Synapse, not in the initial session of read API, I will not cover this connection part, but we'll go to Synapse and we'll go to Azure Data Lake Storage, which is so when we're trying to get the data which is not present inside Databricks, which is present outside, there we will understand how to establish the connection and read data from the external storage. Something which is available pretty much within Databricks, accessing them is easy, right? We just write a select star from and Spark job is able to find them from the Spark catalog. But if it is not present within the Spark Databricks purview, then we have to write our connection. Clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Srita, I understand that you are, I just want to see how the work happening in my ETL. I just want to see it over here. I can understand the anxiety, but understand that there are other people as well, right? For whom these things are very new, right? So that is the reason we are moving gradually. Okay. If I show
No, no, I
everything over here,
completely agree and I understand that.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm so
I
sorry
understood.
if it is
Yeah,
too
no,
early.
no issues.
Yeah,
No issue, nothing to be sorry about it. But this is too early for this too early might be for others. So that's why we need to go step by step. But yes, whatever your question
sure,
is asked, we'll cover this one.
sure.
Okay. So I was going through Spark, right? So what happened when the need of huge amount of data processing comes into
Um,
picture, right?
but,
Yeah.
it's already almost 10 o'clock in US. So can we cover this class and this part tomorrow or next class? It's already almost like 1.5 hours.
Uh, okay, fine. Sure. Sure. ठीक है. I'll not cover this one now, and we'll cover it in the next class itself. Next class we'll do Spark and start our Spark coding. Okay.
Thank you.
So is it like too early for, I mean, too late for you guys when it is becoming 9:30? Should
Yeah,
we
so
choose for a
for
different
others,
timing?
no, timing is fine. If it is 10-15 minutes, it's okay. Otherwise, I need to go to office every day. If it is crossing 9:30, it is very difficult to reach at 10:15 to office. If it's
ठीक
10
है,
15 minutes,
no
okay.
issues. No issues, no issues. Okay, I'll not
Yeah,
take more than that.
I'm here in US and it's almost 10 o'clock. So I have
Okay,
to go to work
okay, my
tomorrow
apologies.
in the morning. So
My apologies. I will try to finish it up by 9:15 going forward. Okay,
okay,
sure,
thank you so much.
sure. I'll do it accordingly. Sorry for that.
And we are in a Eastern time zone at almost 10:50. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Sure. I will take this thing. I will take this. I will consider these points from next class on. Our next class is on Monday. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Subrat. Have a great
Okay.
day.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Have a good
Thank you.
weekend.
Thank you.
Brother,
Thank
can we
Subra,
open terminal in Databricks?
Linux terminals, right? You want to write some
Yeah.
code, some file, this one. So did you see that I was trying, I mean, Linux terminal not as a form, but if you want to do any file operation, you can do it. So I was trying this one, right? I was doing a percentage fs rm minus r. I was doing it, right?
Okay, so directly we can do it. So
So
actually,
directly you
yesterday I
want.
was trying one RDD operation here. So
Hmm.
RDD dot save as text file. So then I need to check through the terminal like where did it save the file.
So
So I put it.
percentage fs ls you can do, and then give the location.
Okay.
Okay. And one thing is RDD we are not going to cover because RDD is what we call it as Spark low level program. And nowadays everybody has migrated to data frame. Right? Everybody is using data frame. So our plan is we'll go details in data frame. We'll not cover RDD here because with Spark, right? It is mostly Spark also a Spark context, and you can create an RDD instance out of it. But
Yeah.
as the today's everybody is using data frame, we'll cover all our coding, all our hands-on in data frame.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Anything else?
Subrat. Uh, so one question. So how many hours are we going to cover for Databricks, PySpark, SQL, and Azure Data Factory plus Synapse DW?
Okay. So I cannot tell exactly how many hours we are going to cover, but I'll tell you that all these things which are mentioned, no, will cover them, irrespective of
Okay.
how many hours it takes.
Okay.
So I'll not skip anything. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Like, what's the schedule like? It's a 40-day plan, like,
It's a 40 days
or
plan, but it may got stretched. Is that
okay.
okay with you?
Do we have? Yeah, it's okay then. Uh, on what days we have class? We have all the class on all the 7
Monday
days
to
or
Friday.
on the weekdays?
Monday to Friday. But even if the let's say I'm taking a leave on a particular day, then I might ask to cover it on a Saturday if everybody is okay.
Exactly. Yeah, we can stretch on Saturdays and Sundays. Awesome.
Yeah. Sure, we can do that.
Sure, we can do.
Saturday, Sunday, not every Saturday, Sunday possible for me. Okay, because I have other stuff as well. And so, but anyways, if I find that on a weekdays I'm missing it, I'll try to cover it on a Saturday. Okay, clear everyone?
Subrat, like in a chance to get contact so that
I'm sorry, are your voice is echoing?
He's asking about your contact.
My contact number?
Yeah, WhatsApp number or anything like that.
Yes, I can share it. Not a problem. I will share it. Okay. I hope that should be fine from the Visualpath team to share the, this contact, but I can share it. If not now, at least at the end of the class, I will share it. Should not be an issue.
So the class timings will be like 1.5 hour or 2 hours.
2 hours is not possible. Yet everybody is telling that we have to finish by 9:15. So it
Yeah,
will be mostly
even
1
I
hour
stay
15 minutes.
even I stay in what is that, US only, but okay, the Sam has been he's going to work in the morning.
Yeah. So
The other
mostly
thing we
intent.
discussed about
Huh, huh.
the okay, the other thing we discussed about group by the when we use the partition by partition
Okay.
over partition by.
Okay. So partition by clause is mostly when you are going to store the data and you want to partition your data physically. So mostly, let's say I create a data frame and I want to store it. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah. The resound is still coming.
Huh, huh, huh. Fine. So usually what happened is, let's say you want to store your data and you want to partition the data while storing it, right? Based on certain column. And the idea is when, so for example, this product table, let's say, okay, I have category. So whenever you write a select statement, right, what it does, it basically search through the internal file where it is searching, okay, and then try to get some result. So for example, I know for a matter that, let's say I want select star from table and where category is this one, right? So if I have a partition on my data, okay, and I want to store the data on a partition format, so how the data stores internally is it will create folders for different category. Let's say I have 8 or 10 categories, it will create 10 folders and store the data corresponding to that category in that folder. So when you write your logic, it will, so Spark is a distributed computing, right? It will process all the data parallelly for all categories. So there will be at least 10 threads which is executing based upon what is your configuration is. So 10 parallel execution will happen. And similarly, if you write a filter query that category is equal to this, then it will only select from that particular one. But I think partition by in a select clause in Databricks, it is not there. Mostly group by or where condition it supports. While storing the data, we usually give the partition by clause and store it. Is that what you are
Okay.
looking for?
Um, we use partition by in SQL Server.
SQL Server, we use it, but Databricks, I don't think the partition by clause is there. Partition by mostly we use when we store the data.
Okay, cool.
Subrat, do the database that lies with the Databricks in real-time projects, or do you choose external databases like SQL, Synapse, or Google?
Uh, no, basically these database people don't use. In a real-time database, what they do is Delta Lake they will use. Databricks Delta Lake they will use. But most of the project or in my project where I'm seeing no, mostly people are using Synapse as a database. There are Postgres also. Postgres and other DB database management system also they are using. But these database system, if somebody is using, somebody was telling right in if you remember in the first class, they are using end to end everything. They are using Databricks and they are using Delta Lake. So Delta Lake, it is used, but not this internal Hive Metastore and all. But Delta Lake internally use little bit of Hive Metastore to store the metadata. That's fine. But Delta Lake, they are used in projects, but majority of the project are either using Synapse, Postgres, or other relational database management system.
So Delta Lake is Databricks proprietary database.
It is an open source. It is developed by Databricks, but it's an open source, not only proprietary to Databricks. It's just a format. You can take it as a format.
Okay. Thanks, Subrat.
So mostly, that ACID properties in a typical big data environment, ACID property were not supported, right? So Databricks
Mhm.
comes with the support of ACID property, what we have in traditional RDBMS. Usually the data lake in RDBMS, the only lack that data lake is the ACID or transactional support. So Delta Lake comes into picture, they started giving this support as well.
So Delta Lake is different from Data Lake, right?
Delta Lake is different from Data Lake, yes.
But this also follows the file structure.
Yes,
Stores the
this
data
also
in the
follows a
form
file
of file.
structure. Yes. Delta Lake, whenever you store anything in form of Delta, right, it's stored in the form of Parquet and it maintains a version.
Yes, Subrat.
Hmm.
If possible, send the contact so that through WhatsApp only will contact, not by call. If I get any doubts. Actually,
Yeah, Kranti, I definitely I will do it. I will do it. Uh, I just a little reservation regarding what the visual path terms and condition.
okay, fine, fine. I understood. Okay, let it.
So
I
I'll
got it.
just have a word with them, and if it is okay, I will share my contact. I have no hesitation sharing it.
Nice. Okay, that's okay. That's okay, Subrat. Oh.
Yeah.
One more question, Subrat. So this Delta Lake, the storage is provided by cloud provider like Azure or Databricks itself.
Delta is basically a format. Okay, Delta is basically a format. Okay, and you can store your data in a Delta format. Okay, be it you can use Azure, you can use the Databricks cloud, you can do it in AWS also. The storage is basically the vendor who is providing it, and when storing the data, you are storing it in a Delta format. That's what it is.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Just like Parquet, right? Like is another format.
Yes. Delta basically, if you go and see, it is Parquet only. Only thing is it maintains a version, it maintains a log.
For slowly changing dimensions.
Yes. Because for SCD, if you want SCD, you need to have version, right? That's where the time travel concept of Delta Lake comes in.
Yes.
Let me
Do we
just
have to install any Spark? Where we gonna do the Spark? Like we gonna set up the environment or in Databricks where we gonna do the
see. That's what I was telling. No, initially when Spark installation, when people used to do it on their local machine, right? They have to install everything. They have to install the JVM. They have to install the sorry. They have to install the JDK. They have to install the Hadoop WinUtils. They have to install the Spark. They have to set up all their environment variables. You need an ID, and then you are writing the code, right? Databricks takes all that burden. Databricks will do all the configuration for you, installing all the required software, making all the environmental configuration. Databricks, because you are not writing on your local machine, you are writing your code in a cloud environment, right? So in that, whatever machine Databricks is providing you, Databricks is taking care of all this installation, all this configuration. You just have to focus on writing your logic. So for example,
okay, we're gonna practice in Databricks itself. Okay.
Databricks itself. So here, for example, I have written a Spark code, right? I'm running it in my local machine. And for that, I have to install a lot of things. I have to install JDK, I have to install Spark, I have to make this environmental variable over here, right? All these things. See this Hadoop home, Java home, okay? Spark home, all these changes I have to do, all these JDKs, Hadoop, everything I have to install in the path variable. I have to make the changes. And once everything is done, then only I'm able to start it. Otherwise, I cannot. So these things are not needed when you are writing your code in Databricks.
I already use the Azure free trials. How we gonna do that, Lenny? Already tried with the 3 different accounts. Um, at the end of this course, we're gonna do the everything in Azure, right? I already used the three Azure accounts. I don't. I think so. They won't give any extra
Yeah,
accounts for
they
me.
won't give any. Yeah, that's the problem. Maybe can you get an account from your office?
No, I'm not working. I'm in the market, right?
Sure, that's the problem. Okay. Even I
Like, can I use my can I create an account on my dad's name, from
that's
India?
possible. That's possible. But I believe they will ask you to do this one, right? A credit card or something. And then
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you are using the credit card,
I also tried that one, but the account is keep rejecting because it somehow they're matching with my IP address. I don't know the. I also tried with the Indian credit card, but they
you can
keep
try that
rejecting.
one. You can try with a different user and log into that. That's possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I already tried that one, but it keep rejecting me. I think so. They are tracking my IP address or maybe something like that.
Can you ask someone to create one and share the credential with you?
Yeah, that is only possible thing that left.
Yeah.
The small dot here in the hello PySpark. What is the if the indentation the name one on your screen?
Which one? This one. This
The
is
if
Python.
name is equal to
Okay. So what happened was, let's say you are calling this class from another class, right? So you want to restrict that if I am calling a class and let's say that's a hello PySpark and there is another, let's say test PySpark. Okay. If I'm calling a method of hello PySpark from test PySpark, I want to avoid certain things, right? For example, this Spark session creation and I want to avoid it, I want to call something else, right? And when I'm running this hello PySpark, only then I want to initialize the Spark session. So in those cases, how your file or how your program will get to know is through this syntax. So when this syntax is there, the engine will realize that whether you are coming from a different class or you are executing from same class. So if I'm running hello PySpark, this Spark will be executed. But let's say I have another file called test PySpark and I'm calling a method of hello PySpark, then this path will not be executed. That's where underscore underscore name is equal to underscore underscore main comes into picture.
just like in they use init right initiation.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your weekend.